Hello and thank you for joining me. My name is Amber and today our practice focuses on the study of the self. But first join me in a comfortable seated position, perhaps choosing to sit on a cushion or a block. And whenever you're ready, close your eyes. Your hands can come to rest on your knees. Use the next few moments just to completely arrive and surrender to your practice today. With each breath, feel the release as you relax your face, your jaw, your shoulders, and your arms. Your stomach is soft and your legs sit heavy on the mat beneath you. Your breath is deep and rhythmic. Today's practice focuses on the study of the self. In yogic traditions, the niyama are beneficial habits that one can use to live a happy and spiritually enlightened lifestyle. One of these niyamas is Swadhyaya, the study of the self. The basic idea is that when one can truly sit with the self, that is the indwelling spirit beyond the ego, beyond the intellect, even beyond the thinking mind. It is only then that one can begin to achieve a true state of liberation. That is just what we're going to do here today. Your practice will ask you to journey inwards, observing what comes up for you along the way. And no matter how uncomfortable this can feel, I encourage you to do this without succumbing to a judgmental mindset, without any of the positive or negative self-talk that can usually dominate how we think. So with that said, join me in sealing our intention into action with a few rounds of guided breathing. If you haven't already done so, allow your eyes to close now. Take a deep inhale through your nose. Exhale, side out. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. 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 Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And release. Return to normal breathing. Keeping your eyes closed, just observe what came up for you during that practice. Perhaps it was a physical sensation, a thought. Perhaps you got distracted. Can you observe while reserving any judgments or labels? You are a neutral body. Gently blinking the eyes open, we will begin our physical practice by drawing large circles with our heads. Change direction. And rest. Hands meet together in a prayer position in front of the chest. Gently start to lower your hands until you start to feel a stretch in the front of your wrists. And release. Extending your left hand out in front of you, use your right hand to apply gentle pressure to your palm. Apply this pressure until you start to feel a stretch along the front of the left wrist. Bring it over to the right hand, applying pressure to the right palm with your left hand until you feel a stretch across the front of the wrist. Flexing your left wrist so that your palm faces towards you, apply pressure to the back of the hand. This can also be a lovely time to introduce a bit of massage into your practice by massaging the hands and fingers and just grounding yourself in your physical body. Bring it over to the right hand. Again, flexing your right wrist so that your palm faces towards you. And then just applying a gentle pressure to the back of the hand. Maybe introducing some massage. And rest. Removing the pillow from underneath you if you had one. Extend your legs out in front of you. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold over your legs. Your head, neck, and shoulders are heavy towards your knees. Perhaps your hands find your feet. If not, they can rest anywhere along the length of your leg. Wherever you are, breath is deep and rhythmic. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, crossing your legs and rolling over, planting your hands and knees. Find a neutral tabletop position. Inhale, arch your back, drawing your ribcage between your shoulders. Exhale, press the mat away, dome your back. Alternate between these two movements, synced with your own breath. Moving at your own speed and to your own rhythm. Last one. Inhale to a neutral spine. Exhale in stillness. Inhale, press your weight back, tuck your toes. Exhale, find downward facing dog. As this is our first downward facing dog of class, feel free to take any movement that feels good for you. This can take the form of pedaling out the legs, bending into and straightening the legs. Whatever feels good for you. And when you've naturally found stillness in your downward facing dog, inhale, step to the top of your mat. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweeping your arms up while bending into your knees. Find Utkatasana, chair pose. Our legs are strong and engaged. Chest is lifted, arms are straight. All 4 points of your feet are rooted down into your mat. Inhale deeply in Utkatasana. Exhale, rising up onto your tippy toes, sweep your arms behind you. Inhale back to Utkatasana. Exhale, rise. 2. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, rise. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, rise. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to a flat back, resting your hands anywhere along your leg. Exhale, step back to plank. There's always an option here to drop down to your knees if that's more comfortable for you. Otherwise, inhale and plank. Exhale, tipping forward, bend into your elbows, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Backs of the feet press deeply into the mat. Exhale, keeping your feet exactly as they are. Press the mat away, doming your back. Tiger. Inhale, knees find the mat. Tuck your toes, push your weight backwards. Exhale, downward facing dog. Coming back to your breath. Can you lengthen and deepen your breath cycles? All 10 fingers grip the mat. Inhale, right leg extends high into the sky behind you. Find downward dog split. Toe is pointed, knee is straight. Hips as much as possible are square to the mat. With each breath cycle, you move deeper into this pose without sacrificing alignment. Inhale, right foot steps forward between your hands. Exhale, rise to a high lunge warrior. You're on the ball of your back foot. Your front knee is bent into a 90-degree angle. Chest is lifted, arms extend high into the sky above you. Breathe. Shoulder blades are pinned down your back just to create space around your neck. Perhaps you sink a little bit deeper into this pose as we really settle in. Inhale, left foot steps flat, bend deeply into this front leg. Right elbow finds right knee. Left bicep finds left ear. Exhale, push your hips forward and down. Utthita Parsva Konasana. Perhaps you have the room to release your right hand to the mat as we intensify this bend. Left hand finds the mat, coming onto the ball of your back foot. Exhale, right hand extends high into the sky behind you. Pavrita Parsvakonasana. Breathe. And release. Left knee finds the mat. Just for a brief moment, move backwards and forwards, just working into your right hip. Finding stillness. Inhale, lengthening out of your wrists. Exhale, left elbow hooks over your right knee. Hands can meet in a prayer pose in front of the chest. Feel free to stay here, just really working into this twist. Otherwise, on your next exhale, rise up onto the ball of your back foot, finding a deeper expression of Pavrita Parsvakonasana. With each inhale, you lengthen. With each exhale, you twist. And release. Well done. Once again, just moving forwards and backwards, really working into that right hip. Step to the top of your mat. Find mountain pose. Hands rest down beside either hip. Thumb and index finger meet. Eyes close. Take a moment to notice how your body responds to being aligned in certain ways. Does this bring up any emotions for you, any specific thoughts? Just observe these, sitting with them. Can you meet what comes up for you along your path as a neutral body, free from judgments, free from negative or positive labels? You are an observer. Gently blinking your eyes open. Left leg floats up so that your knee is in line with your hip. Feel free to stay here, focusing on your balance. Otherwise, on your next exhale, grab your big toe with your first and second fingers and just play with straightening into this front leg. Your drishti or gaze is focused on a point in the far distance, ideally that is not moving, just to aid with your balance. Breathe. And release. Both feet find the mat. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, step back to plank. Inhale in plank or drop to your knees. Exhale, bending into your elbows, chaturanga. Inhale, flip your feet, upward facing dog. Exhale, pressing the mat away, doming your back like we did at the start of class, tiger. Inhale, release your knees to the mat, pressing your weight backwards, tuck your toes. Exhale, downward facing dog. 5 breaths here. Last breath. Inhale, left leg extends high into the sky behind you. Downward dog split. Once again, there's a tendency for this hip to open, but as much as possible, keep your hips squared to the mat. Toe is pointed, knee is straight. Breathe. Inhale, left foot steps forward between your hands. Exhale, rise to a high lunge warrior. There's a real tendency to want to collapse into this back leg. As much as possible, can you keep it straight? Reaching with the back of your thigh to the back of the room. Breathe. Your front knee is stacked over your ankle. Core is engaged, spine is long. Arms are strong. Inhale, right foot spins flat. Left, bend deeply into your left knee. Left elbow finds left knee. Right bicep finds right ear. Utthita Parsvakonasana. Exhale, pressing your hips forward and down. Perhaps you have room to release your left hand to the mat. Right hand finds the mat. Left hand extends high into the sky behind you. Parita Parsvakonasana. Avoid collapsing into this back leg by keeping it strong and engaged. And release. Back knee finds the mat. Just move forwards and backwards. Once again, this feels really nice just to work into your left hip. Finding stillness. Inhale to lengthen out of the sides of your waist. Exhale, hook your right elbow over your left knee. Hands find a prayer pose in front of your chest. Feel free to stay here. Just really feeling into this twist. Otherwise, on your next exhale, rise up onto the ball of your back foot. This is just a deeper expression of Parita Parsvakonasana. And release. Well done. Once again, just work into this left hip. Stepping to the front of your mat, rise to mountain pose. Hands come to rest either side of your hip. Thumb and index finger meet, eyes close. Come back to your intention. What are you observing? Inhale, blinking your eyes open. Right knee floats up so that your hip and knee are in line. Feel free to stay here. Once again, just playing with your balance. Otherwise, on your next exhale, grabbing your big toe with your first and second finger, just see if you can straighten into that front leg. It can help to place a hand on your hip for extra stability. And just breathe. How do you cope with any potential wobbles? Or even if you fall out? And release. Both feet find the mat. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, step back to plank. Inhale deeply in plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, tiger. Inhale, knees find the mat. Tuck your toes, pressing back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a few moments just to really wring out your shoulders here. We do this by extending and reaching with our head towards the point in the middle of your mat. This just introduces a really nice extension stretch into the shoulders. Perhaps your head can even find the mat. And if so, all 5 points ground down to the earth. Hips lift high. If you had been in the shoulder extension downward facing dog, just find a normal downward facing dog now. Inhale deeply, shift forwards to plank. Exhale, chaturanga, all the way down to your stomach. Finding Sphinx pose, our forearms rest on the mat parallel to each other. Chest is lifted. The bottom ribs work as much as possible towards the mat. Just moving the bend from your lumbar spine upwards to your thoracic spine. Breathe. Our most important consideration is our neck here. Make sure your neck is nice and free. Pick a point to direct your drishti or gaze about a foot in front of you on the mat. This will just allow you to maintain a really free neck. A couple of more breaths here. And release. Forehead finds the mat. Just take a deep inhale through your nose. Sigh it out. Allow yourself to rest here for a few moments. Pinning both elbows towards, I guess, on the side of your ribs. Hands lift off the mat. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, lift your chest off the ground. Once again, neck should remain completely free. Your gaze should be almost directed down, if anything. Palms face towards the front of the room. Breathe. With each inhale, perhaps you lift a little higher. Pelvis presses into the mat. And rest. Forehead finds the mat. Left hand extends out perpendicular to your body. Slide your palm up so that it is in line with the crown of your head, pinning your shoulder to the mat. Gently roll over this left shoulder. Perhaps your knees come up to find a bend. Right hand extends high into the sky and just falls backwards towards the mat. And release, bringing it over to the other side. Right hand extends perpendicular out to your body. Slide your palm up so that it is in line with the crown of your head. Pin your shoulder down onto the mat and then roll over this shoulder. Knees come up to a bend. Left hand extends up into the sky behind you. Come back to your breath. And release. Pressing back up to a tabletop position, just sit back onto your heels. We're now going to perform some Lolasana presses just to really activate our core. For this, I want you to almost forget that you have legs. So all the strength for this pose comes from your core and also from your arms and shoulders. Placing your hands on the mat about a hand's length behind your knees. Take a deep inhale. Legs remain completely relaxed, just a reminder. Exhale, press the mat away, lifting your knees off the mat. Legs find the mat. Inhale deeply. Exhale, engage your core, press your knees away. And release. Number 3, inhale deeply. Exhale, press the mat away. And release. Number 4, inhale. Exhale, press. Can you lift one or both feet off the mat? And release. Last one, inhale deeply. Exhale, press. And release. Well done. Coming to lie on your back. Plant both your feet on the mat, about a hip's width distance apart. Inhale deeply where you are. Exhale, drive your hips upwards, finding a bridge pose. It can be useful to work your shoulder blades together, just to give you a bit more space. And maybe even to walk your heels backwards so that you can touch your heels. Hips lift. Feeling a juicy activation in your hamstrings. Once again, that knitting of your shoulder blades together really just helps to get a higher lift here. And rest. Hug your knees in tight. Give yourself a big squeeze. Bridge and any back bends for that matter are quite activating poses. They often fill me with a rush of energy. So afterwards it can be really nice just to take a few moments to come back to your breath, find relaxation. I will now cue us into full wheel for anyone who already has that in their practice. But if you don't, I'd encourage you to grab both feet, pull your knees down towards your armpits and find happy baby. This is a lovely place just to stay. Breathing deeply. But if you have full wheel in your practice, placing both feet onto the mat, about a hip width distance apart, hands plant beside your ears, fingers facing your shoulders. Inhale deeply. Exhale, rise, pressing the mat away. Using your legs as leverage to push your shoulders almost over your hands. If you can, try to bring your heels to the mat and breathe. and release. Well done. Those who had wheel, just now find happy baby pose. Feeling into all your emotions and thoughts, whatever is coming up for you right now. Can you sit with it? And release. Feet find the mat. Left leg hooks over right knee. Knees fall to the right. Hands extend out beside your body. This is a very easy twist. Don't force anything. Just stay however you've fallen. You are completely passive. Coming back to center, swap over so that your right leg crosses over your left knee, and just allow your legs to very gently fall to the left. Once again, we're not aiming towards perfect form here. Just allow your legs to fall and your arms to fall, however they've chosen to fall. Perhaps you feel a nice twist in your spine, or perhaps you don't. Whatever is, is. Knees back to center. Give yourself one last squeeze. Then extending your legs out onto the mat below you. Hands can rest by your side. Eyes closed if they haven't already. Come back to your breath. I will now guide us through a shortened version of the chakra meditation, just to prepare your mind for Shavasana. Turn your attention to the feeling of your breath in your body. Can you lengthen and deepen each breath? Imagine a red ball of energy sitting deep within your pelvis, just above your genitals. Breathe deeply into Muladhara, root chakra. With each breath, feel Muladhara's red energy grow in intensity and strength. Your attention now jumps towards an orange ball of energy At the base of your spine, Swadhyaya, sacral chakra. Once again, with each breath, feel this orange energy grow. The ball of light grows in size, intensity, color. Imagine a yellow ball of energy sitting just behind your navel in the center of your stomach. Manipura, solar plexus chakra. This yellow ball of energy, like the sun, grows in intensity, color, size with each of your breaths. Your attention jumps towards a green ball of energy situated in the center of your chest at the height of your heart. Anahata, heart chakra. With each breath, feel Anahata's green energy grow and extend across your chest. Your attention now jumps towards a blue ball of energy sitting in the center of your throat. Vishuddha, throat chakra. Inhale and exhale deeply into Vishuddha, feeling the blue energy grow. Your attention now jumps towards the center of your forehead where your third eye would be. Ajna, third eye chakra. This energy is purple, a purple ball of light that grows in intensity and size with each breath. Your attention now moves towards the crown of your head, where a white beam of light has erupted. Sahasrara, crown chakra. With each inhale and exhale, this white beam of light travels further into the universe above you and grows in size and intensity. Sahasrara, crown chakra. Your journey is complete. Your chakras are unblocked, allowing for the seamless and uninterrupted flow of energy, prana, life force, breath. releasing any remaining control over your body, breath, mind that you have. Shavasana. Introducing some movement back into your body by rolling your wrists and ankles. Extending your arms up into the sky above you and just taking a big stretch, pointing your toes. Roll over onto your favorite side and come up to a seated position with your eyes closed. We will close today's practice with a passage from Eckhart Tolle's book, A New Earth. You are not in the universe, you are the universe. Ultimately, you are not a person, but a focal point where the universe is becoming conscious of itself. What an amazing miracle. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. Namaste.